Welcome. This is a quick demo on how to add page numbers to your Adobe InDesign book. I know a few people have asked me how to do this, so I thought I would make you all a quick little video. We are going to add page numbers using the master pages. So first, let's click into our master page. I know I'm on the master page because it's highlighted blue on my Pages panel. It also says it down here at the very bottom of my screen, a master. To add page numbers, first you're going to create a text box wherever you want your page numbers to appear. Since this is a demo, I think I'll make it really big in the center of the page, but more than likely you would put it on the lower corner of your page, right? So now I have a text box, normal mode. And when I'm up working in the master, you might notice that instead of solid lines, when it's not selected, you get a dotted line. That's just another way to remind you that you're working in a template layer. Alright, so I drew a text box. My cursor is in here. And I'm going to go up under Type, Insert, Special Character, Markers, Current Page Number. And these are the different types of automatic page things that InDesign can put in for you. They can put in your current page number, the next page number, the previous page number, and a section marker. A section marker would be like if you had a book with chapters and you wanted your running footers to have not only the page number but maybe also the chapter name that you're on, or a section of a catalog, right, like boots. So you can set all of that up in the Pages panel and put in these different text boxes into your master, and InDesign will autofill that information for you. We'll just stick with current page number for today, but I'm sure you can Google how to do the section markers if that's something you're interested in. It works pretty much the same way. Alright, so once I clicked that button, now I have this A right here. That is, again, just the placeholder. Once I go into the actual pages of the document, it will show me those page numbers. Up in the A master, though, is where I'm going to format this page number, how I want it to display. Alright, so I can choose my typeface. I can choose if I want it centered or left aligned, right aligned, how big I want it, what color I want it to be, all that good stuff. I think I'll have it centered in the text box, centered on the page. Obviously nothing you would actually do when designing a book, but this is a demo. Okay? And if I would like the page number on both pages, I can hold down Alt and then I get that double arrow, click with the mouse and drag. If I hold down Shift at the same while dragging, I'll get it perfectly aligned. And now I have an automatic page number on both pages. And you might not be able to see on your screen, but if you squint at my Pages palette, you can see there are now giant pink numbers in each page, where before it was blank. So that is how you know it's working. If I click into page 2-3, you can see it now says 2-3. If I click into page 1, you don't see the page number, and that is only because there is this black rectangle here. If I moved that out of the way, there's the number 1. So all the content that you add to your pages that are not included on the master page go above the information on the master page. So think about it like your layers panel. The page number is like the bottom layer of the information on this page. If I wanted to make sure that my numbers showed up regardless of if I started coming in here and adding colored squares to these different pages, right, so now I'm like, oh, you know what, I think I want to kind of put colored backgrounds on my book. Well, I could definitely put that in the master page. You know, maybe I'm doing like special images for different pages, for whatever reason. All of a sudden I don't see my page numbers anymore. The easiest way to fix that is I'm going to go back into the master page. Okay, I'm going to open my layers panel. And instead of doing everything on layer 1, I'm going to just create a new layer. So the little plus sign creates a new layer. And I'm going to move these page numbers up to layer 2. That way, anything on layer 2 will now obviously be shown above layer 1. So where all of the other information I was adding to my document, like those background colors, is now on layer 1, but the page numbers are on layer 2. And you can see, if you squint again to my pages panel, the 2-3 is back here. So I'll click into here. Now I'm on page 2-3 again, and you can see I can see the numbers again. So perfect. So I personally would then lock layer 2 so that I don't keep adding more information to it and messing up the hierarchy of information I'm trying to establish here. Alright, so you can add your master page elements that you want to make sure appear above everything else, like page numbers, onto a separate layer, move that layer to the top, and just lock it down, like so. Alright, so now we have page numbers, which is awesome. Step 2, if you've ever noticed a book, like a regular printed book, the cover is not usually page 1, right? The first page of information is usually this page, which now says page 3, right? Because the 2 black pages would be the outside front cover. Page 2, this one is the inside front cover, and then the actual content usually starts right here on what is page 3. We actually then would want this to be called page 1, right? So we can have the pages reshuffle, and we can have InDesign automatically call what is currently page 3 page 1, and then all of our page numbering for the rest of this document will be correct. So I'm going to use my pages panel to do that. I'm going to right click on page 3, and we are going to go over to numbering and section options. So again, I right clicked on page 3, numbering and section options. Pops up this guy. And here you can see where I'm telling it I would like to start a section on page 3. And I would like the numbering to start on page 1. I could actually choose any number I wanted in here. Again, if you needed a prefix like, I don't know, like an A or a spring 2021, some sort of information that's going to go before the number, that would be the prefix. If you wanted a section marker like we talked about in the master pages, this is where that goes as a hint if you want to try that out later. And you can choose a styling. So do you want just regular numbers? Do you want zeros in front of them? Do you want ABC, Roman numerals? You have a few choices here. So we just want regular numbers to start on page 1 on this blue page. So I'm going to hit OK. Now you're going to get an angry message that's telling you already have a page 1 and a page 2, so you're going to get duplicate pages, and the printing functionality is going to get a little challenging. Say OK. Oop. And there you go. Now this is back to being page 1. So you can see in your pages panel now you have a page 1, page 2, page 1, page 2, page 3, etc. Best practice, come back up to what was originally page 1 and go over to numbering and sections and make this something else like ABC or Roman numerals to reduce confusion. Normally if you read like a actual book from the library or textbook, right, there's a bunch of most often Roman numeral pages at the front, and then you finally get to the actual content of the book, and that's when page 1 officially kicks off. So that's what you're setting up in your pages panel here as well. If you do it like this, you can also, when you're going to print, if you said I want to print page 1, it would print you this blue page. If you said you wanted to print page I, Roman numeral 1, you have to hit the plus key and then 1 to make it actual document page 1, not actual document page 1 in like the order of the pages in the pages panel versus page 1 as dictated by the pages panel. So sorry, that's like a little probably too much information, but if you were trying to print this, it gets a little frustrating if you only wanted certain pages printed. You have to use the plus sign and then the page, if you counted them out, 1, 2, 3, to get this page to print. Okay. Anyway, that's how you add pages to an InDesign document. Up in your master, make a text box. Oops, it's locked. Make a text box. Go up under type, insert special character, markers, current page number. Good luck. Have fun trying that out.